Shut up, Meg.
I'm Pickle Rick!
What's up, everybody? How are we doing on this cold, kind of snowy? I think it was sort of snowing. I don't know. How was your week? What's up, Phasma? Sparks? We got some early ones in here. Our Queen Liz Edwards is here. Joe Russ, Mr. Egg Cake, Big 8 News, Zap Sparky, Kevin Hardesty, what's going on? Lock Watcher, Frank Netabetty, James Randolph, Rusty B Stuff, C2S, Mr. S. There's Chris, said Phasma, Slippy Fishy, Boozy. What's up, Boozy? So, yeah, my bench is a fucking mess, which obviously means it's being used. But yeah, I think this Wednesday, instead of doing Lego stuff, I think we're going to have to do the conversion on the lamp. The LED conversion. I did order the parts, but it's just kind of everywhere over there. But anyway, cheers, and we'll do our big cheers, see when Clive wants to do the raid. No snow where Chris is, just rain. I guess it's Boozy. Is it snowing out there? You're close enough. Clive C, PJ, Active Neurons. Let's see. Nice night. Yeah, it is a pretty nice night. Let me see. Let me look at the weather map here. Let's see what's going on. So let's see. We have a VertoThermoWhoofle in about 7 minutes. Apparently it's not snowing outside anymore. Thought it was earlier. Maybe it was. Pretty sure it was. Might snow later. Alright. Well, that solves that mystery. It was, what's up, Red Dwarfer? See, you have pictures of our weekly update. Sparks, finally got myself a thermal camera. Now I have a USB-C iPhone. Woo. So, like, they don't match, you mean, or you got them to work right? And what's up, everybody? Coming over from a BigClive. Appreciate the raid, sir. All right, we'll let everybody get in here a second, and we'll crack open our big toast for the day. What's up, Bellman, Megavolts, Nefarious, Dave? What's that? Ola Hammerstrom. And letters, Jorgus, Mouse in the house. What's up, buddy? Hey, speaking of regulars, is Rob not here? Maybe I guess Rob hasn't made it yet. But he did already send in for music for Pussies and Pianos later on. That'll be in about an hour-ish. There's a old hype train a-going. All right. I think everybody's settling in. So cheers, everybody. Cheers, Clive. Cheers, everyone hanging out. Hope you're having a good weekend, and I hope it only doesn't... I hope it only gets better. Yeah, there we go. Cheers. LEF. Aliyaf. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but what's up, first time viewer? Good to see you. Appreciate you hanging out. We just kind of chill here, bullshit about whatever we talk about, watch cats eat treats later, and do woofles on thermal camera. Yes, Demonics, this is my usual bit of apple juice, I guess we'll call it. I found a 12-pack of bottles, well, a box of bottles, so I just got that instead. And so let's have a little story time for the week. Hold on, let me turn down my music because that's bugging me a little bit. Appreciate the refresh there, Chris. What do we got here? 24 months. Yeah, it's been 2 years for you. And we'll do a toast for that in just a second. But seeing as most of us here, or at least a lot of us, or in some way technically nerdified, got the little tism going on, as it were. So when electronic devices fail, you either don't care because they're cheap, or you sort something out because they're needed. You know what I mean? So sometimes that involves an 18650, a forklift switch, a soldering iron, and you know those little wheel pipe cutters for like cutting copper pipe and stuff that you like wind around, tighten them up, wind around, they cut them off. Well, those work really well on steel or aluminum, whatever it is, vape, disposable vapes. So when the battery burns out on it, and you really don't want to waste what's inside, sometimes you just got to get a little creative. Yeah, forklift switch, that, a little 18650, and sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So cheers, Chris, and everybody. Because I am out. That's my last one. Oh no, that lithium is from downstairs. That came out of a Ego Amazon device, like lithium ion battery they have for their power tools. That's function before form. Absolutely, Red Dwarfer. I'd like to see Scruff get that through TSA. Yeah, I don't think that would happen at all. At all. I think there's a lot of issues with that. But, at least I have a backup, as it were. Sparks, 26 months of memberships. That looks ghetto. That's, you know what? Can't really call, I gotta kind of call you on that one, because you really probably wouldn't see something that bad in the ghetto, because you'd have to have a soldering iron first. And generally isn't a priority down in there. But anyway, cheers. Normal Norman on a 7-stream watch. What's up, buddy? Welcome back to the stream. Cheers to that, too. Any reason to fucking take a drink, you know what I'm saying? All right, we got VertoThermoWhoofle coming up here about a minute and a half-ish or so. Appreciate the follow there. A Joe Boat Wrench. Are you a wrench? Joe Boat Wrench. Joe Boat Wrench. Oh, what was that dude's name I met the other day that went by Wrench? I've met as when you work on forklifts and fucking heavy equipment and cranes and all that shit, you occasionally run into another tech from another company or whatever. And I was bullshitting with this guy, and apparently he knows, and we all know each other. Like, somebody always knows someone at the other company, and his nickname was Wrench. But I think his first name was Joe. I forgot already. Demonics, how do I know Clive? By watching his videos for years and years, and then he started live streaming. And then after a couple years of him live streaming and taking off that month for the Tattoo show, 1 year I decided to fill in for him for a couple weeks because I kind of live streamed a little bit every once in a while. I figured at the very least, even if I sucked, it would at least get everybody a place to chat. Like, everybody was used to hanging out on the weekends. Wasn't you? Why, are you a wrench, though, I assume? What do you work on there, if you don't mind me asking there, Joe Boat? But it kind of like, I just wanted to make sure, because for a lot of people, like the Clive's live streams are a place for everybody to get together and chat, hang out, blow off steam. It's a little cathartic, a little therapeutic. And I kind of figured even if I sucked, you'd at least be able to get chat with each other. So I did a couple of really horrible shows, and I did a couple of okay ones, and then Clive came back, and I said, all right, I'm done. And everyone said, no, I'm not done. So 100 and some episodes later, now me and Clive just kind of do that. That's just part of his, like, we've incorporated, because Clive was also shrinking his live streams. Yeah, they were like 3-4 hours. Every once in a while, you get that 5-hour one. But as his stream shrank, I noticed he was, for some reason, he was always going about an hour and 33 minutes, because he would do a woofle, he would say a couple more things, and he was generally ending for me at 5:33. So I talked to Clive, and we kind of just went with this schedule, as it were. And when he goes on vacation, I just start his normal start time and just go a little bit longer. Hope that's everything. I think I should cover just about everything. CNK, do you know or like that YouTube guy that exposes shit hacks and says thanks for playing? I don't know who you're talking about. 0 points, that kind of sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen that regularly. Warriors Walker, I remember the early drone streams. Seems so long ago. Yeah, we haven't gotten to watch a power plant fall down in quite some time. Suppose we should go back there this year just to see what's there. Because that's still, I think, one of my favorite live streams. So, like, we've had good times on the Saturdays, but live after Clive, like, getting to record a fucking power plant being blown up by a demolition crew and being able to live stream that from a drone was just fucking amazing. That I really enjoyed, actually. Well, not enjoyed, but I appreciated when we went and we flew the Key Bridge to see everything that was busted and broken up. I guess we'll have to check on that soon, too. Perhaps a duo stream a few times a year, says Demonic. See, we've done that twice, I think. I guess we are probably about due to do another one at some point. Especially with, now that he's on Twitch. Twitch has some live connection thing, you know what I mean? Where, like, you can, two, I guess, multiple streamers can, like, join their chat and kind of make it work to live stream or something like that. I know Twitch has something that would help with that, at least on the Twitch side of things. And then since I have the chat over here that combines everything, my chat and Clive's chat would be on my stream so that everybody could, you know, stay in or whatever. Because the chat, it's funny, the chat, even if Clive, if we didn't do the stream together thing, that's what it's called, yeah. Over here, oh yeah, VertoThermoWhoofle, shit. I can add anybody's chat to my chat window, which is kind of weird. Like, I can literally just say, give me the chat from this channel, and it'll just start showing up. It's kind of odd. But anyway, let's do that VertoThermoWhoofle. Yeah, my story just overran. That's all that was. All right, anyway. Let's see what we got. There we go. All right. Number one. One for Freddy. Set chat on fire. There. Clean the cobwebs. Let's see here. What color? Joris BG. What's up, buddy? I don't believe I've made your acquaintance yet. Did marine engine repair for 15 years, switched to auto body. Oh, okay. That works. I dig it. Let's see. All right. Oof. All right, back in the chair, buddy. Oh. Back in a pool team. I think Pianoman's. Oh, there he is. Oh, you sent me a picture. Okay, I thought you sent me a message saying you'd be on soon. What's up, Pianoman? Welcome, welcome. I don't know how long you've been here. Oh, yeah, you've been here for a little while. Yeah, boobies. Yeah, there's boobies. Ugh. His tool reviews are a little slow, but whose tool reviews? Oh, I missed something here. Yes, he's good. Funk FPV, is that what you're talking about? Funk FP. Why do I feel like I know that person? I feel like I know that person. I wonder if he hangs out in that one Discord. Oh, Wes the forklift guy. No, I might not know them. All right, well, I got their page pulled up. I'll I'll take a look. I shall take a look. That sounds really familiar, but I know as far as FPV, I know a lot of FPV drone pilots. But yeah, I'll take a look at that. What's up, DC Allen? You have to put in an order before you fart. Yeah, James Randolph. I almost got a contempt charge when I farted in court. The judge yelled, "Odor, odor in the court." Ah, there you go. There you go. Was here the whole time. YouTube didn't start on my end properly. Ah, all right, all right. He does forklift repair too. Yeah, see, yeah, what's the forklift guy? I'm guessing that's the same person. One is his Instagram. But all right, cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. I don't really see a whole lot of other like forklift guys, and I haven't put up a whole lot of forklift repair videos lately because it's just a little more difficult to like get permission to record, in a lot of the places I go. So kind of hung out to dry on that one. What's up, Benji? Captain Ballad, the sexy gentleman is here. Just a very quick check-in for me. That was horrible. I should be able to do a better German accent than that, since I'm like just about half German. Quick check-in for you there, buddy. How the ladies doing while you're here? I've eaten something decent. Looks oh. Are you having special treats this evening? You can't film in industrial spaces, as says Cyberlight. I can in some, but a lot of places it's not really industrial. It's like I do a lot of shit on military bases, a lot of places that have security issues, power plants, wastewater plants, which fucking stink. But yeah, I do work at power plants, military bases, secure things, shit like that. So that makes it a lot harder to record and not, get hit from a sniper with a fucking M82A1 from, a quarter mile away. Amazon didn't really mind too much. McCormick's doesn't mind too much, but everything I've been doing at McCormick's lately is pretty much being programming, and I can't show proprietary software. I did have to sign an NDA for all that stuff. But trying. What's up, DJ Bones? Captain Barrett looks at the space cookies. All right. Any plans to watch or stream any of the upcoming Artemis moonshot? I suppose. Like, let's see, when is it? Artemis 2 launch. I'm not a proponent of Artemis 2. It's a huge fucking waste of money with everything else that's being developed around it that doesn't cost billions of dollars per launch. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool they wanted to reuse the shit that had literally been sitting around in junk piles for 20 years and make it fly. But the cost to do what they're doing, it could have gone so differently. The earliest launch window for Artemis 2 opens up on February 5th to 11th. No plan to go earlier than February 6th. Appreciate that there, Ashley Martin. You subscribe on YouTube. I might. It'll literally just be, let's see how I feel that day. Like, it's not something I want to commit to. But I might. We'll see how it goes. I just think it's a big fucking waste of money. Artemis only goes to the moon. It's, what is it, 5 stages? Artemis 1 went out, went around the moon by itself. Artemis 2 was taking them around the moon. Not, they keep saying to the moon, but they're going around it. And then coming back, and assuming that works out fine, then I think the third one is the third one orbit, or is the third one actually landing? Because I thought one of them was achieve, something of an orbit and then come back, as opposed to this one, which I'm pretty sure is just zip, and then go. Or is this the one where they're doing the orbit and then coming back? 3 is the landing one? Okay. I wasn't sure if that was 3 or 4. But it is 5 stages. Isn't it ultimately like 5 stages that they have planned out? It's actually pointless sending people. Yeah, I guess, who knows? I'm sure when we get down there, we're going to put another flag down and fucking start drilling for oil. I think SpaceX did a moonshot today. They do so many launches at this point. It's hard to keep up. I'm just keeping an eye on the next Starship launch, since the other booster blew up. Was it the boost? Yeah, it was the booster that blew up when they were testing it. Well, I think that's in a couple weeks, within the next 2 weeks as well, I think. Third is landing for the cheese collection. Moon oil. Yeah, good old moon oil. Drilling for cheese. Yeah. Do you have cool tool show and tell hour? Do I ever have a cool tool show? I guess when they show up. I've never had a set a thing aside for that. I don't know that I have any cool tools nearby. I mean, I have that tool, but that'll get me banned off of YouTube if I play with that live. I don't know. Like, honestly, the really close by, the coolest tool I would say I have is like the typical kit that most people find. You can get, I got this for like $15 off of Amazon. You know what I mean? Just a multi. Oof, sorry. Like, that's probably the coolest one around. But I do know some people that do stuff like that. But I got too much shit to carry in and out as it is. I don't know that I'd want to add more tools. But usually when I get stuff in, it lands here, it gets shown to you, and then it goes to its appropriate location or station. Wallace and Gromit already mined all the cheese, says Ben. With that is true. Otherwise, they would just kind of be there all the time. Hey, still Jack Attack, what's up, buddy? I asked a woman to go out with me, but she said that my face looked like the back of a boat. I didn't reply, but I gave her a stern look. Thanks for following there, Big Norts. What's up? How is your day going? Maurice, not the biggest fan of SLS, but it's ready now and nothing else is. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We're almost to the top of the hour toast. Then we'll check out some stuff people have sent in. Oh, wait a minute. I got to go back on that. Yeah, Funk FPV. Okay, yeah. I don't want to lose that link. Oil on the moon would be disturbing. You know what? At this point, there's probably a fucking alien base either an alien or a Nazi base, or both. Maybe the maybe the space Nazis found the aliens and they're cohabitating in the secret Hollow Moon base. Spider, what's up? Hello from Sherwood Forest, UK. Watch out for crazy archers. You know where I was going with that. Didn't work. That's all right. Moving on. Need to get some more tech stuff on the bench, says Benji. Well, you got to do what you got to do. Give a toast, top of the hour. Cheers, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out, stopping by. Relaxing and doing your thing on the weekend. So, toasty cheersy. The Trump's likeness to be carved on the moon. That's any problem with that is they need a lot of orange spray paint to take up there to get it right. So much orange spray paint. Oh. Ooh. Cheers at sausage. I actually had sausage this morning. When I went to the store yesterday, I picked up a bunch of sausage links. Like, I just kind of haven't for a while. I guess I've been doing a lot of that scrambled eggs and salsa and cheese thing for breakfast. But I picked up sausage links, and man, that was a good fucking breakfast. Bunch of eggs and sausage. Didn't even bother making toast. Didn't need it. Doing the same goddamn thing tomorrow. Why isn't that spinning? That should be spinning by now. That's weird. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if it's stuck or something. It's weird. That usually self-starts. Is it going? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you'll see it once the chat thingy goes away. Yeah, it usually self-starts. I don't know why it didn't. I mean, granted, I usually started at 212 degrees. I started at 190, but it's still sitting on a 180 degree heat plate. Gotta have toast. Sometimes I do toast. Sometimes I don't. I mean, if it helps, I just had I made toast for my turkey and turkey cheese mustard sandwich. I ordered in some cookies, potato chips, and a bunch of snack stuff from Amazon, just so I could I forgot to get certain things at the store, and luckily, they were like free delivery in the morning. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just use that as my alarm clock, and that worked out. Got up at 8:30 or 7:30. Worked out pretty good. 88 Aries K. Wow, that's a car. It's tea time. Good evening, everyone. Well, good evening. Did I miss anything? Okay. Toast and eggs and salmon, says Mr. Egg Cake. Well, I mean, that would be fine, too. A mouse turd sandwich, that would not be good. It's a punctuation rules. All right, let's see what we got sending in. Let's see. We have Kevin Hardesty. There we go. We have a fuzz butt and a Lego butt. The Foozy Kitty. Whittle bath. That's very that cat blends in very well with that blanket situation you got going on there. It's kind of like Ronnie and the floor. And the car from Luma Bricks goes with the lighthouse. That looks alright. Little beetle looking thing. That looks cool. I like the snow that looks like a Jamaican snowboard on the top. That works. I dig that. That's a nice little Lego car. Oh, yeah, it's got a little beetle thing on the front right there. Okay. Good deal, good deal. And let's see what the Pancake Man has sent for us. Let's see where it starts. Another Wally World find. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Actually, that's what I meant. I was going to get some of that, actually. We have that at our store. I just keep forgetting to get it because I do eat Hamburger Helper every once in a while. I wouldn't mind seeing how close the cups are. I'll have to pick some of them up next time I go. More custom painted playing cards. Okay. Okay. Speaker stands, Menards special, $10 each. That's not bad. Is that, I take it they're aluminum? Are they aluminum or like cheap ass, like tinny metal, do you think? That's not bad for $10 either way, because I know that speaker ain't like super light or anything. A good deal. Good deal. Let's see here. Let me swap it on back. Appreciate y'all sending those in. We got Mr. S. With a meme and then some kitties. First, we have The Force Awakens. The Force needs 5 more minutes. That's pretty much every morning for me. And then Fuzzy Kitties. His floofs. Keeping warm. Oh, yeah. Speaking of keeping, yeah, I'll touch on that after the pictures. I do actually have floofs keeping warm as a topic. Let me flip that back here. Move that. Appreciate those, Mr. S. Always good to see the floofers. Now let's go over here. We'll get our weekly Jubbinator update from Red Dwarfer. Jub's just fucking lounging, letting it all hang out. You know, you gotta, I mean, I get it. You gotta air it out every once in a while. Looking smug as shit while doing it, too. A footpath booby. Oh my god, it is a booby. It's even got the nip. Look at that. Very good. Very good. Now accidentally crack another one right next to it. And then, oops, drop pink paint. Oh, anyway. Very good. It's good to see natural boobs. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I do prefer natural boobs, and that's pretty natural there. Just got back from a morning hike before it gets stinking hot. That looks like a fucking great place to hike. Like, that's my kind of jam. I've really got to get back out in the woods this year. A little more. Maybe take Mavis for a hike. Have her follow me around a little bit. See how she does. Whoa. Obligatory bounce on the swing bridge. Oh, of course. Just remember, folks, if you're on a bridge, be it swing, steel, rope, whatever, if you give it a little bounce and it doesn't keep bouncing, that means it's about to break, because that means it's tight. There should always be bounce. Bounce is good, because if it doesn't bounce, it's too tight and it may go with you on it. Things you learn when you're a steel rigger for a little while as a career. What we got here from Benji, Happy Little Fox, we have food. So Benji is tagging in for Fama for the early show. What's up, Josh? A Campbell Soup perpetual motion machine. Yeah, well, that sort of. Yeah, basically. I'll bring the cup closer when we're done with pictures, so don't go anywhere. So we have our, pretty much, this is just about weekly, the fish and chips with peas, which is cool. I like the steak fries. That's, well, no, we call those steak fries. What do y'all call them? French, I mean, I know you call them chips, like, I get it. But do you have a specific designation, like instead of, you know, French fries, the skinny ones over here, we call those steak fries? Or do you still just call them chips no matter what, how they're cut? Pianoman is saying jumbo chips, chunky chips. Those are not chips. Well, not what I would call a chip, but you know. And we have dessert looking good. We got strawberries, so maybe raspberries, blueberries. I think with you, that's probably cottage cheese. I think that's what you normally have in that. Pub style chips. Oh, I've heard pub style before. Yeah, actually, I've heard pub style. Steak chips. Okay, so basically the same thing. because I know they varies a little bit where depending on where you are in the states as well. You know, like soda pop, give me a Coke, no matter what the fuck it is, as long as it's brown sugar water, it's called a Coke, you know what I mean? Ah, that looks like a fucking fantastic looking dessert. Or actually, that could be a dinner too. What do you got there, buddy? I got no caption for that one. I see apple, so it's probably apple thingy dessert. I wish Wendy's would sell their breakfast potato wedges all day. I'd go there more often if they did. It says 88 Aries K. I haven't had them in a while, but I do remember them being really good. And now we have steak and steak chips, I guess we'll go with. Well, actually, no, those would be potato wedges. Right there, those aren't steak chips. They got the skin on. They're like steak fries are just thick, but they're still four corner. At least for me, around here, steak fries are four corner. Well, yeah, four corners, four sided. Those we would call potato wedges. God, it's ridiculous. It's just a fucking chopped potato. You know what I mean? But either way, that looks good. I would eat that for show. Pianoman back in a pool team after 30 years off the tables. There you go. Shiny. Yeah, I haven't shot pool in, fuck, I don't know, probably more than 10 years, 15, maybe 20. It's been, I got a nice pool stick just chilling downstairs. Ain't doing a fucking thing with it. But it was fun while it lasted. And from what I hear, he's having a really good time, so. Why a tomato? Asked Mr. A Cake. Because tomatoes are good. That's, you know, that's pretty much the easy answer to that there, boss. DJ Bones with the update for the week, looking a little bit better than last week. That's good. That's good. Growth will be a little slow at first, but once it gets going, it really gets going. And then once you flip the flower, they fucking go crazy for a couple weeks. Just remember, don't flip the make sure you plan for them to be twice as high. As far as light clearance goes, before you flip them. Looking good. Zap Sparky with this week's Flat Cat. What do we got here? Waiting for grub time. Oh yeah, actually, it's funny you mentioned that because Poofers has been outside the door for pretty much most of the show, meowing for food, as if I don't fucking feed her. But she knows treats are coming. She's just way early for them. Oh yeah, the time. Yep. Got the clock up there, looking good. Yeah, he's a cat. He can get grumpy waiting for the food. Appreciate the weekly flat cat there, buddy. It's a shame he's all grumpy, just like Poofers. Guys, he's actually looking almost right at Poofers, the way everything is set up in here. And Sauce. The last time I date a Smurf. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch that, buddy. It gets a little messy down there. A little messy at times. All right. Appreciate everybody sending those in. Hell of a tail on that flat cat. Oh, yeah, Demona. Flat cat has his flat cat's tail is almost as long as Trent's tail. Trent being like Poofers and Ronnie, like their sister Trent. Yes, it's a girl named Trent. That's just how that went. I'd say Flat Cat's is almost as long as Trent's. She's a black cat. She's basically the epitome of tiny house panther. But yeah, she had I would assume, still has a super long tail. Miracle Grow Blue Fingers. Yeah, I mean, it's blue. It could be all kinds of interesting things here. I need a little bit of nicotine. Cats with long tails seem extra agile. Yeah, it would seem that way. It's like they kind of know they need the longer one. Dark Lord Noir of Beaglesaurus says everyone stretch for 250. Shall we? You know, you've been sitting there for a while. Give it a little bit of a stretch. You can crack your knuckles. It's okay. It's been proven not to actually do anything. It's just air bubbles. Ugh. Okay. You can't too far away? What? You can't stretch? Are you too far to stretch? That would seem awkward and an interesting situation at the same time. Black Watcher, I prefer my tomatoes cooked, but I did come from the birthplace of the modern tomato. I eat tomatoes, however, I prefer them kind of raw. Well, either as tomato sauce, but like as the fruit itself. I usually have them raw with Old Bay on them. Tastes really good. I'm through chapter 2, Dark Lord. I did finally finish that. I need to get to chapter 3, possibly tomorrow evening. Where do we send pics? You can either, let's see, where are you? You are on Twitch. You can either email them or text message them, either through like a regular phone service or WhatsApp. That would be show@scrufdog.live, which is a little delayed by usually a few minutes because it goes through about 1,000,000 fucking filters. So there's that. See, that's on Twitch. That's on YouTube. Or if you want to do the text message thing, that is the show phone number there and there. Like I said, email usually takes a little delayed. WhatsApp just comes right through. And obviously text messages come right through. I use Google Voice for that. And Graham Shaw asks, were you born in a lighthouse, Lock Watcher? He may have been, because he does really grow a lot of stuff. If he wasn't raised in it, he was at least born next to it. Or fell against it at some point. When it happened? Dark Lord gifted a tier 1 to Nothing Special. They've given 2 subs to the channel. Well, cheers to that. Thanks, buddy. Much appreciated. Nothing Special. Technical question. How safe are those so-called power generators that can be charged with solar, but is nothing but a battery? A lot of battery fires tend to make me cautious about battery energy storage. Do you mean like the power banks that have like the solar cell on, like just sitting on them that you're supposed to leave out in the sun? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean like the big banks with the big external panels? Like how big little are we talking there? Because there is a completely different answer depending on which ones you mean specifically. I just want to make sure I give you an accurate answer. Because it's when you say but nothing but a battery, that makes me think it's the one that has like, you know, the solar panel just glued to the side of it. Could you let me know what is the name of the software you use for the thermal cam, please? It's Top Don, as in Top Don. TC, like thermal camera. It's Top Don's TC View 0.6.5.0. I'm far more comfortable with lithium iron phosphate batteries, says James Randolph. Yeah, they're definitely a little more stout. Delta Mike says the EcoFlow lithium phosphate, very safe. Yeah, the EcoFlows are nice. Like the big boxes with the external panels, those are generally pretty safe as long as you get some sort of reputable-ish company. Like they're pretty much like, they're almost all the same, just different stickers on them. But there are a couple of cheap-ass ones. But if you got the external panel, that's fine. Leave the battery out of the sun, put the panel in the sun, and you're good. The portable ones, usually about $600 to $1,000, has an internal inverter, mostly for power outages. Yeah, the bigger ones, as long as the panel is external and not on the unit, then that's fine. Just keep the battery in the shade or in the tent or truck or whatever. But anything where you have to leave the battery in the sun with the solar panel, whether it's the small ones or the bigger ones, then don't, no. My OBS does not see the top down as a camera source, is spoken true. Yeah, I have to do, how do I have mine set up? I believe it's an app capture. Let me take a look in a second here. But yeah, as long as however the solar panel gets into the sun, as long as it doesn't force the battery to be in the sun as well, then you should be fine. But anything where you have to leave the battery in the sun with the panel is not fine. I have this set up, thermal. This is a window capture. I have it capturing tcview.exe. So that would be, let's see, if you, yeah, it would be the last, if you hit plus on OBS, it's the last one, yeah, all the way down, W, window capture, and then select TC view and have just TC view open somewhere. Like for me, it's tucked up in the corner up there. Well, you kind of can see it, but for me, it's up on right there. That's the corner of it. So OBS captures that one up there. There we go. What's up, Delta Mike? Hey guys, been here a while. Browsing Temu. Well, do your thing, buddy. Temu, I'll try that. Yeah, it seems to work for me. And even if I move the window around, it'll track the window. It'll track the app itself. Oh yeah, time for that toast with you know, the repaired thing there. Cheers, everybody. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make it work there, Emir. Sometimes you got to do. Oh, and I found out why. You can't really see it on camera, but the disposables I had 0 voltage regulation on them. So you plugged in that 5 volts and it went straight to the cell. So I made the mistake of fucking leaving them plugged in for a few hours, and it just fucking nuked the cell. Which, like, it's not like that shit's expensive to include something in there to help, but no. Jack attacked. The other day, a female janitor invited me over to smoke some weed, but I declined. I just can't deal with a high-maintenance woman. Anything can be a bong. Well, yeah, pretty much. I have a solar panel that outputs 5 volts. I use that to charge up small battery banks that are USB rechargeable. The one with built-in solar panels are terrible. Oh, yeah. Those are bad. See, what was the question? Let's see, my OBS doesn't see top down. Was that what was the, there was another thing I was going to talk about, or did I already cover that? Just want to make sure I got it. Yeah, I think okay. Did I cover everybody's questions? Just want to make sure. Because that's what we're here for. Yeah, I gotta get another battery for my van, my work van. That battery is starting to take a dump, which is no good. You can tell because, like, I have the Ford Connect thing. You know, everything nowadays has a fucking cell phone in it or whatever. So they use their cell service or their data link to do. You can do free remote start. You know, you start it up when it's cold. Unless it gets too cold or the battery gets low, and it'll actually send you a thing saying that it's going into low power mode and you can no longer remote start it or do anything with it. Like, it goes, I guess it turns all the shit up. Doesn't it have dual batteries? Yeah, one of the backup batteries going bad on it. But at that point, I'll just tell the boss, hey, look, man, I gotta just get 2 batteries. We get them both fresh while we're going, so they're a match pair. I'm sure he'll be fine with it. They got 5 years out of them. Like, that's pretty good for something that starts and stops fucking multiple times, 5 days a week. Oh yeah, free remote start. Yeah, punctuate. That's it. As soon as I figured that out, I went, "Oh fuck yeah, dude!" I mean, it's a little annoying because after 2 years, it would get cold enough outside, and the battery would get would sag just enough that it would kick in on the really cold days. So you're like, really? But now it's starting to do it all the time after sitting like sometimes just overnight. Uh, and that's the main battery. That's not even the backup battery because when the van's off, all the batteries are disconnected. It's got a isolator on it. But yeah, it's starting to happen multiple times a week. Every weekend, I'm getting that notification. Battery warming jacket. Yeah, I thought about that there, punctuation, because I can run that off of the backup, well, the second battery, the secondary battery, because that's mostly used for deep cycle purposes. But I could do that just a fucking couple watts is really all you need. I mean, hell, I could even actually shit for that. I could just run a solar panel off of it, direct to it, just with a little battery or something. I don't know. But yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm surprised. I guess if you buy them in colder places, that's kind of a built-in thing. Hey, Canucks, or anyone that lives in very cold climates, is that ever a factory option? A battery warmer? Which, would literally keep itself warm to a point. 88 Aries K, I got to change the alternator in my van soon. When it's really cold, the bearings in it squeal. Ooh, yeah, they're dry. I'm waiting on it to lock up and explode. That could be any time. Just be careful. C2S, think it have 2 or 3 on the isolator side. I'm guessing it has work lights. Yeah, on that side it has a 2,000 watt inverter, and then you know how we do. Like, we can't do anything simple. You know what I mean? When we start to tism out on it. So the lighting in the back, it's one of the longer Ford Transit vans. Like, I can stand up in it. And I guess the back's about 9 feet of cargo space, with the shelves on either. It's a little narrow because of the shelves on either side, but I still have the full length of it. Problem is the dome light in it, like the lighting in there was only at the very front at the door, and it, like 2 feet back. So you had like 7 feet of just darkness at all times. So I wanted to add so I added a bunch of LED lighting. But so as not to stress the starter battery, I said, well, I want to run all the auxiliary LED lighting off of the secondary battery. So, of course, can't do this simple. So I have it wired up on the primary side, on the primary dome light that's hooked up to the regular battery. There's a small fucking wire that just comes off of it and goes to a relay. And goes to the control side of a relay, and on the load side of the relay is the secondary batteries, and that outputs out to the dome lights. So it just works well, but it's just overly engineered. That I didn't know how much current was allowed on the primary dome light circuit, so I figured instead of finding out the wrong way that it can't handle an extra like 5 amps, it's completely isolated. Secondary side's got all its own fuses and shit, but just it's a little overdone, but it fucking works really good. Does anyone here know how to stop Windows File Explorer grinding to a halt when my map network drives are offline? That's to shut down. I see nothing in the indexing options to help with this. I do not know that, because I know when my media drives go to sleep and I go to do anything, it is like, come on. Like, it just waits and waits and waits. I don't know. It's probably a registry edit, like for a timeout, to slow the timeout down, maybe. Mr. S, my booster pack has an internal heater. Well, that's good. That's very good, especially if it's a lithium ion pack, because when lithium ion batteries get cold, they don't do it. They're fucking weak as shit. The only way to warm them up is to trickle current out of them till they warm up a little bit. Not necessarily be warm, but not be freezing before you can get full current out of them. Canada has battery heaters, I believe. We used to be able to find them around here every once in a while, but at this point, it's going to be like an Amazon thing, because it's not like I'm going to go to an auto parts store and special order it, pay fucking 5 times as much as I would on Amazon, and have it take like 2 months to get here. I used to work at an auto parts store. I know how that goes. Amazon will have it to me tomorrow if I really wanted it. But yeah, I feel like I've heard of Canadians having stuff like that. I mean, we like a lot of stuff, even most of the forklifts we sell have, if they're diesel anyway, have block heaters or multiple heaters in them. Like the big trucks, the big top loaders, a lot of them will have 2 or 3 plugs in them, like one for the engine, one for the hydraulic system, and one for the coolant system, just so that as soon as you start it, it's pretty much up to operating temperature within minutes, if not less. It's just to help emissions, because it's got to be up to temperature for emissions to work, and fucking emissions have been clobbering the shit out of the material handling industry for a while. What's up, Abner? How you doing? What we got there? I appreciate the follow there, Emir. I haven't seen you in a little while. I feel like that's been quite some time since you've been around. But either way, welcome back. Appreciate the follow there. To stop Windows problems, I just switched to Linux, says James Randolph. Yeah, I'm sort of considering doing that with my server, but I have to check a few different pieces of software to see how that would go. Like, I think it's doing fine on Windows 11, but like every once in a while, Windows 11 does some dumbass shit that you can't change. Magnet oil heater or dipstick? Yeah, actually, you can find either of those around here. The forklift ones we sell are integral heaters. I mean, on the engine, it'll be, various block heaters. On the hydraulic system, basically, I think they're basically just like, quote, hard-mounted magnet heaters for the most part. They probably just get magnet heaters, throw them in there. And for the coolant, it's usually like an inline, oh man, I used to know what the hell is, like, they call it a flow system. Some of them have what they call like a flow system on it. I know there's a name for that in the trucking industry. So like an SCOT, an XOT. Like, it moves the coolant around. Like, it actually has a small electric pump, just a gentle flow. I forget what that system's called, because we call it just a flow system. But I know it has a specific name, like in the trucking industry or whatever. There's little circulator warmers. White Castles equals sliders, is Lockwatcher. They slide in, and in a couple hours they slide out. Yeah, the newer ones, yeah. Yeah, like Killer Mike says, and I agree. They used to be a lot better when they had regular, like, fresh onions in them before they went to the rehydrated, dehydrated little cubey onion things that are, some of them things are like, it's fine, you know what I mean? But like, McDonald's even stopped using them fucking things. That's probably why White Castle gets them so cheap, because McDonald's doesn't use them anymore. Like, I haven't been to a McDonald's that uses them things in years. They're all fresh onions now, and it's so much fucking better. Not better for you, just tastes a lot better. Like, fresh onions are just fucking great. Magnet oil pan heaters work amazing, says Frank Netabetti. My dad used to use them on his diesel and big block V8 trucks. Yeah, let's see. Actually, anytime I've had a block heater was for my diesel, and that was a 1200 watt, just factory in the block. It was a Detroit diesel. Just a factory 1200 watt heater, like freeze plug style heater. The freeze plug heaters sucked, always leaked or fell out. I never had a problem with mine in the 6.5. It burned out at, was it just over 200,000 miles? And it just stopped working. So I put another one in, no big deal, and it was fine. GM was nice enough to put it in wherever it was just off one of the mounts, but it was in a spot that like you could get to pretty fucking easy. Like it wasn't a big deal, and I was like, all right, it's fine. Popped out, popped in, wasn't a big deal. What do you call a guy with no shins? Tony. Tony. Oh my god. Tony. But no, actually the freeze plug, the aftermarket freeze plug heaters are a little fucky because they were those are the expansion plugs. Oh, it's Pussies and Piano time. But those were the rubber expansion plugs where you tighten and it just, like as you compress the rubber, it's stretched out. But the ones GM used were actual fucking plugs, were actual metal plugs that you had to press in and press out. Well, yank out and press in. Frank Natabetty says, I do like the thread-in block heaters that John Deere uses. The compacts need an adapter that costs twice as much as the heater. Oh, yeah, you gotta love that. So I still got fucking cider left, and I got about to go get a fresh one. So hold on, let me drink this, then we'll get Pussies and Piano. I just actually been running my mouth a lot today. Let's see, CatCam. There's nobody out there now. Let me pull Rob up there. All right. Rob says, someone was telling me on Discord about running Windows as a virtual machine within Linux. Yep. Can always have another drive to boot into as well. Yeah. If I decide to switch that machine to Linux, I'm going to get a second drive. And probably dual boot. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it may not happen. It may happen. I don't know. Kind of depends on how the running the vein servers go. Right now we're on and off busy, but it's it's very early in the game development. But yeah, and I really don't want to have to buy another hard drive because I would have purchased DDR5 RAM for the server, but it's not like the fucking game server's making me money, so I can't justify a fucking $700 for it to upgrade the RAM on an i5 14400 basic ass 14th gen i5. Now, if I could, like fucking a few months ago, like if I could have gotten 32, maybe 64 gigs of RAM for less than $200, it would have been fine. But that's not happening. It's almost cheaper to go buy a fucking entire desktop at some of the ones that still sell for the reasonable price. Like it's almost cheaper just to go buy one of them just to buy RAM for your fucking computer. What was that? New follow from SK Valen. Well, I appreciate the follow, buddy. It will kill the grub bootloader randomly. Oh yeah. Windows and dual boot. I haven't had them duke it out yet, but I actually haven't dual booted Windows and Linux 11 yet. Anyway, did it with Windows 10 lots of times. All right, Poover's is back yelling her face off. So let's get to Pussies and Pianos, shall we? Let me pause the music here. On Twitch. Hangy Kitty. Yeah, Kitty's want food. Now she's walking away because she's all pissy. All right. Let's go do Pussies and Pianos with Pianoman Rob. And I'm going to grab a fresh cider and some cookies because cookies. And then I'll talk to everybody in a few minutes. Let's see here. Do. And that should be there, and that there. Thank you there, Pianoman. Much appreciated. You can see Ronnie and the dude. There's a little bit of tension there. Ronnie does not like the dude. But that's all right. I was watching. I was also getting ready to get up if they started fighting. Well, that's a weird ending. He's usually the first one. Wait, is Poofer still here? Of course, she doesn't care. There's food. All right. I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, there's Beefcake. He's doing his thing. Him and the dude don't seem to have a problem. They get along well enough. I don't know if he's going to try to eat more or he's probably just going to run into the. Yep. All right. Drama. I'm going to have to order some of those. My next Amazon order, I think I'm going to add some of those pheromone things that they were talking about. Let's see if we can kind of help get everybody on the same wavelength. Is the black and white cat on wheels? No, he just does his thing. He's let's see, it's January, so he's been an inside cat for almost a year and 3 months. Ronnie's just causing trouble. Look at him. He's waiting. He is a little troublemaker. The tail's freaking huge. Waiting to see if he pokes his head around the corner now. All right. Anyway. The pheromone things don't work in my experience. Tried several brands, all very expensive. None of them made any difference. Yeah, I've heard both ways on that. Like, I've spoken to people that said it did work. Most people say it takes about 2 months of stuff, and then everything was pretty good to go. So I'll see. If I notice any, I figure I'll get it once, and if I notice any change within that first month period, then I'll try a second month, and we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna make sure I'm not like one of them people that just has to see the, well, I spent the money, it's definitely gonna work. Like in their mind, no matter what happens, they just see it like, the the butt, the horsepower butt check, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But when people that don't know anything about cars put a sticker on their car and they swear they're going faster, like that kind of thing. Maybe I didn't really like that flavor. Okay. Well, I guess if anything exciting happens there, I'll let you know. I'll definitely keep an eye on that, though. Because that could be some trifle ass shit going on the way Ronnie's hunting around. All right. Never seen cats move in slow motion before, it says zapped. Yeah, that's they kind of do that. Poofers now has seconds and thirds to eat. Yeah, she I guess I don't know, maybe she's actually full. Like, I don't know. I guess there's a limit to her consumption. Well, Ronnie just came back to finish his grub. The OG camo cat. Dude, it is so impossible to see him at night when I walk out. Half the time I can't see him during the day if it's even like, if it's not bright ass, just is bright as shit in the house. He blends in with the carpet, especially when he's laying down. One of them was causing an allergic reaction to my sister's boyfriend. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the one you stick with then, you know, especially if he's a butthead. If you find one that works, please tell us. Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, I'll definitely. That is not a problem. Cats will eat till they blow and then want more, says C2S. Yeah, that kind of seems to be how they go sometimes. Well, Jim, thank you, buddy. Bad time of the year would have been Mariana's birthday on the 28th this month, and not be able to get the tender grave since October. I got it. Don't worry about it. It's always a rough time around now, but you'll be groovy. You'll be groovy, buddy. You can always talk to us. You know that too. I have no idea what contensenza is or means. It's the name of my new piece. It's Italian for contentment. So I don't know. I see a bunch of Z's and an A, and I know it's Italian, and it's coming from Rob. I assume it's some sort of like piano term. But that is a title. That's a little different. Hold on, let me check over here. That's a nope there, and a nope there, and a nope there. All right. My cats seem to assume we have night vision like them. At least they act like that by walking right in front of you in the dark. Well, see, the problem with that is, Mr. S, they do that during the daytime too. So I think that's just how they go. I don't think light is a factor in their decision to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do that right in front of the microphone? Cheers, everybody. All right. I'll let you know if anything exciting happens there again, besides Poofer's licking her arm. I'm writing it for my future exam piece, and it's for for piano and flute. Yeah, not pussies and pianos, piano and flute. Okay. Sorry, this time, every single time I see the word piano and the word and too close to each other, I just assume pussies and pianos. Big 8 news. I'm thinking the slow motion was a Carmen issues, and tell the black what cat fly through the cat door. Huh? What? Carmen issues. Carmen issues? And tell the black what cat fly through the cat door. Although it's fun with them, is they'll actually use the cat door. Ronnie will be on one side, the dude will be on the other, and they'll just start beating the shit out of the door at each other. And I'm sitting in the, like, I'll be sitting somewhere in the house going, here we go. This is the next 2 minutes of my life. Like, I can't believe the thing has hung on. It is amazingly durable, as many times as the cats have beaten the absolute crap out of it. C2S says, excuse me, Mr. Pianoman. Why does your paper have such vulgar terms on it? Like, what is Rob right? Oh, yeah, Rob, don't name your song Pussies and Pianos. That probably wouldn't fly quite as well as the word contentza. If Fama was here, he'd get it the hell. He'd correct it for all of us, I'm sure. I got an I style. How most of us are old here. How many of you get eye sty things? Like, you know, the little pimples on your, either your eyelid or like your bottom eyelash thing. I had a big one going for about a week. It finally drained itself out. It's always fun to wake up and it's just like, you're just like dried crust. And you're like, well, at least my eyes probably cleared up now. It's still a little bit of something there, and every once in a while, I'll get a little bit out, but it should be done. But I get them. I probably get like one, probably one, maybe two a year, I'd say. The upper ones suck. The bottom ones I can work with. Like this one, the one I had on here was getting pretty big and it wasn't doing anything. So I went in, I have surgical tweezers. Like actually out of a like surgical kit. Like they're like pretty strong and the points are little fucking razor like sharp. So I went up there and I just pinched it with the tweezers to actually cut into it and it was like I went, oh, there we go. And I drained about 5 gallons of shit out of it. And did the same thing the next night. Got a little bit more out of it and then it didn't really do anything for a few days and then I woke up with all that crusty, busty stuff. Isn't it great the things we start talking about on this channel sometimes? Oh, man. Oh, late reaction. My sister's boyfriend's a pretty okay dude. Okay, well, then you don't want to make him allergic to everything. Number 3 point, good size for detail work. Just sharp and algae. I do that a lot with my zits. I'll take those exact ones and just put a little into it and just let it drain out. Top of the hour toast. Let's go with our friend here. Cheers, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out. And it's 7 o'clock, so that's, food talk is legit. Phasma says I do the same thing. Pop the cord, drain it. Yeah. Yeah, it's just what you gotta do sometimes. I do that with anything on my body that doesn't look right. I will cut into it with whatever I have and drain it. And you know what? I've never had to go to the doctor in my fucking life for an infected wound. And I've had some get close. And I just, like, if it's scabbed up, I just rip that fucking thing off. I clean the shit out of it, rinse it out for a while. Because I look at it this way. You gotta figure the first scab you get on a deep wound or a deep cut, that's holding all the contaminants. That's holding all the dirt. That's holding all the shit that was sitting in your wound when that blood dried. So at the very least, get that first one off, because you're going to take a lot of dirt and shit out of your wound when you do that, and then clean it up really good. That's assuming you can't clean it before it dries. But in most cases, it is dried by the time you get to a place to address it. So I always recommend taking that first one off because you're taking all the shit with it. Anyway, good lord. Emir says, midnight here, my eyes are rolling over. Oh, it's not that bad. Lockwatcher says, found another neat live stream and videos. Look for Simple Electronics. Dan does 3D printing and electronics. Franco is a moderator. I feel like I've heard of Simple Electronics. I think from Franco. Maybe I'll have to look. Let me pull that channel up too. See, I got Funk FPV. I might actually already be a. Am I already subscribed to them? Yeah, alright. Ooh, shh, quiet. I'll take a look at that later as well. All band-aids do or get gross. All band-aids do or get what? Does he have very thick? Who have share? He's on YouTube. Simple Electronics on YouTube. While you have the endorphins going through you, scrub the fuck out of it before the pains really sets in. Yeah, if you can clean it as quick as you can. But once it's dried, you still have to clean it, and that involves taking the dirt out of it that is now in the dried up, scabby, bloody thing. Say, weren't we supposed to be talking about food at this point? Jack Attack says, I saw a bumper sticker that said, beware of the idiot behind me. So I followed him until I figured out who the idiot was. That's why they won't stitch you up if it has been many hours. Well, yeah, I mean that, and if it's been hours and you're done bleeding and it's clean, then there, I mean, the whole point of stitching is either, it's generally a laceration more than a big wound. I knew a person that bled every month. Turns out it was a girl, says the bellman. Yeah, you know. That definitely will happen. Midnight in Biscuit Land, says Pianoman. Time. Welcome to the midnight. Oh, hold on. Welcome, baby, to the... Oh, nope. Welcome, baby, to the midnight biscuits. Go grab the butter and the pliers, cause, we getting funky tonight. Oh, baby, that's nice. Alright. Have you had verrucas? Like Veruca Salt? I mean, that's a good band. At least, well, back in the day. Verucas. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't even come up. Oh, wait. Put that letter there. Verucas. Oh, on your feet, you mean? Little plantar fucking wart things? No, actually I had one once. No, I thought I had one once, but it turned out it was just a fucked up blister from a slipped fucking insert thing, fucking foot pad salty fucking thing. No, but yeah, no, I thought I had one once, but no, it was not that. No, the only time. So I had that on my foot. That was a slipped in, like, shoe insert thing, shoe cushiony fucking thing that slipped. And one time, one of my steel-toed boots actually got crushed in a little bit at work, and part of the fabric on it had like kind of rolled down just a little bit, that it was rubbing my toe, like on the joint part where, like, you would typically have a couple little hairs. Well, I didn't realize what it was doing, and it had rubbed all the hairs off, and it kept going through until my fucking toe was about as big as a goddamn golf ball. I had to go and get that sliced open. Yay. But that's really any foot things I've had besides just pains and old guy stuff. Mr. S, I made weed butter in the sous vide the other day. We'll be baking crude very small Dutch cookies with it one day. Oh, there you go. I used to do weed coconut oil. More ads. Yeah, I guess they just went by a couple minutes ago. Graham Shaw, I'm knackered off the bed. Thank you. Sleep well, everybody. I'll catch you all next weekend. See you later, buddy. Get sleep. Hope work goes okay. Nemir giving up on Twitch. Too many ads. That's 90 seconds every half hour. That way, if you don't have it set up like that, then as soon as you join my channel, you get 1 to 2 minutes of ads. But as long as I run an ad every minute and a half, then anyone that joins gets to go right into the show, which, that's generally what you gotta do. That, and if you want all the cool, goofy stuff, on Twitch, like, I have it turned as far down as I can go and still have Twitch stuff enabled. But that's why a lot of this important stuff I try to make sure is timed with that 90 seconds. Say, or if you, what is it on? Yeah, if you subscribe, if you do the paid thing on Twitch, I have ads turned off, which YouTube doesn't allow, which is kind of weird. Like, I would think if you pay to watch a channel, YouTube should give the creator the option to say, hey, they're paying to see my channel. They shouldn't see ads. Twitch does that. So, like, I'm like, why would I want people, like, I'm not, you know, like I've said, everything we get from the channels just goes back into the channel. Like, for getting Legos and stuff and things and supplies, like, you know, whatever. So I don't need to make my subscribers watch ads. They're already paying, you know what I mean? But YouTube doesn't give you that option. I just kind of figure that's kind of shit. That, or if you're Twitch Turbo, you know, the YouTube Premiere for Twitch, you don't get ads. I just have both. I just basically I let the platforms pay for themselves pretty much. When do the MREs start up again? In a couple weeks. This Wednesday, we're going to most likely be doing the lamp because it's all over the place and needs it to get kind of out of the way. But supplies for that are showing up tomorrow and Monday. So that shouldn't be that bad. I did get another one of these, but I also fixed this one. Like, it's nice and straight and sturdy now. I figured out what that was all about. But I do have a new one coming because this, you figure this lamp was around when I was a kid. So it's at least 35 years old, meaning this has probably a bit of carbon and just wear and everything on the switch, on the actual contact pads, which, you know, if you're running a tungsten 60 watt bulb in it at 120 amps or 120 volts, you know, half an amp or a little bit more, you know, if it's a 100 watt bulb. But most of these ran 60 watts. This may actually have a limit on it. Let's see. Let me get my old guy assist here. God, next month I really gotta go to the eye doctor, or at least get scheduled to go. This will handle up to 250 watts at 250 volts. So figure this will 100 watt bulb. But anyway, that shit will work just fine with an old ass switch. But since I'm converting it over to 5 volts, just that little bit of resistance is really going to fuck with the 5 volts. So I'm still going to I still have a new one showing up. I'm going to keep this one anyway. But yeah, what I did was for the base. Actually, speaking of base, yeah, I was going to ask. Y'all might be able to help me with this. So how this sits on the base. The switch I got is bottom, top, or both. So down here, I got two like multicolor LED modules, and I'm going to put the plan would be to put like one here and one here. Sorry, one here and one here on either side. And they'll probably be a little bit out of sync or out of sync in time and do different colors and shit like that. And then on the top, I have a 5 volts bulb, like actual bulb with like the, you know, the deep yellow stick LEDs coming for that, just to place directly into the socket. And then I'm probably going to line as much as I can with LED tape, perhaps, to get more light out. What was that? Prime, Norman, now 7th time with Prime. Is that, yeah, in right now? I appreciate that. Good, sir. Cheers. But 120 amps would be good. God, people would know you turned your fucking light on. But, here, let's see if you can help me. I'm trying to figure out what, I'm pretty sure this is just like pot steel. But what do you think this would be at like 40 years old? just because I know this is a viable way to detect. So we're using these, which is just regular tool steel. Here's the sound. Because I know sound can kind of tell you sometimes what the product is. Like, what do you think this is? Painted zinc? Bronze or painted zinc? Tin? Bronzy? Yeah, tin, bronze, one of those things. I mean, it's got just the slightest... like, nothing super special. It's not, I don't think it's cast, it's definitely not cast iron. Just wondering how, I guess part of me wants to know, how much do you think this would, like, polish up? Or do you think it's just kind of how that would be? Like, do you think this started its life as, like, highly polished? Or do you think it was kind of I know, whatever the term is, like, weathered, or not weathered, what's that? Patinaed look. Do you think this came patinaed? Magnet. Yeah, give me a second. The magnet's busy. Christ, now half of that shit's magnetized. I love these little fuckers. Not magnetic at all. It's almost anti-magnetic. Whatever that means. Probably patinaed or tarnished. Like, it might be, I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is get some Colgate toothpaste. Like, no shit, not joking. Colgate toothpaste and one of my old toothbrushes, and just kind of give it a scrubbing. See, because I use Colgate. It's a very, 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 very light abrasive. If you have, like, if your headlights are fucking kind of fogged up from being old, if it's because the outside is, like, oxidized, basically, you can use Colgate and a fucking rag and, like, clear them up again. Most plastic lights, that'll do. It works really good as a plastic polish. So I think I'm going to try that on this and see what kind of highlights itself, to see how far I want to go in trying to refresh it. Try tooth powder. Well, yeah, Colgate, yeah. But yeah, I actually have a tube of Colgate specifically for polishing headlights and plastic and shit. So I think I'm going to try that with it. And depending on how that goes, let's see this. So this is magnetic. About the same color. And that's the frame for the big piece. That is magnetic. So that actually, I mean, that's not bad. I'll probably Colgate that too. I mean, really, Colgate's just a really good fucking light polish. Yeah, that's why I don't want to, like, polish it. I don't want like a high brass polish, like it doesn't need that. I like the patina in there, but I definitely want to use the toothbrush. I mean, it's kind of hard to see here, I guess. Actually, no, like, if you look in, like, the depths of it, like, in the little valleys, like, there's just old, like, dust and dirt and stuff down in there. Like, that actually makes it look gray. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing I want to do. It's just, I want to get the old out of it. It still look old, but get it's old and it's old kind of out of it. Yeah, I think a Scotch-Brite would be way overkill for that, Chris. But I don't know. That's what I want to see. I'll see what the Colgate does to it and get all that stuff out of the little cracks and crevices and see how it looks when it's fresh like that. Or Actually, next time I run the dishwasher, I could do that because I run a pretty light, very light abrasive. That would probably be okay. Zen says it's probably painted zinc. It might be. It's just I'm not, like, you would think there'd be... Actually... Yeah, you know, I'm looking at the back of it. I didn't even think to show that. And like, I'm not a metallurgist, but the patterning in the back kind of looks like zinc. Can you kind of see the pattern, like the bluing in there? Pretty sure that's zinc now that we start talking about it. I think you can kind of see it. I know zinc usually has that slightly iridescent look to it. Sort of, you know what I mean? That might be zinc. Take a knife and nick a place you can't see. Let's see. It's kind of soft. Yeah, it's kind of soft. That's probably zinc. Because I just took a titanium scissors and went just real lightly, and it was like... So that's probably zinc. Either way. Toothbrush and Colgate. We'll see what happens. If it looks weird, I'll just fucking make it work. Maybe, you know, maybe I will... I guess I'll just try a little soap and water first. Maybe skip the Colgate. Or soap and water or dishwasher. Probably soap and water. That's going to be a lot quicker and frankly, probably quite easy, a lot easier. But yeah, I'll start gentle and work my way up. That does kind of sound zinky. What's up, MK? Of course, if there are scratches, you'll have to start with a very fine sandpaper, 2500 or 3000. Yeah. Then do the toothbrush. Oh yeah, it's a very textured. So even if there were scratches, I'll just leave them there. That just, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to old stuff like that, any light damage is kind of just the character of it. Especially if I'm not trying to sell it, I'm trying to, you know, give it back to my stepmom, because since it was her mom's, you know, grandma's. Like, I know she was really happy when, like, she realized it wasn't leaving the family, that, like, I was going to take it. She just doesn't know I'm going to give it back to her all modernized and shit. Dishwater powder is a bad idea. Yeah, it might be a little too harsh. Jack Attack, die-cast zinc, pot metal, antique finish. Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah. Or try putting it in tomato sauce, says Han Spawns. Yeah, what have I done? I've done that with something. It was man, what was it? God, that was a long fucking time ago. That was back when I lived in that townhouse. What did I do? I put something in tomato sauce. And like, I went, well, hold on. Like, I decided to make spaghetti because I didn't need much. Well, I remember it was something small. Oh, I forget what the fuck it was. God, that was 20 years ago. It was something small. So I made spaghetti. Then I took a little bit of the hot tomato sauce, put whatever the fuck it was. I remember it working when I don't remember what the fuck. God damn, that was a long time. I'll end up eating it. Nah, that'd probably be a little crunchy. Punctuation Roll says I recently bought a Formula One branded headlight polishing kit with a car on the front that had no headlights. Perfect. Hey, well, at least they can say it didn't not work. You don't have headlights to polish. It didn't fail its job. See you later, Mr. S. Cheers to you. Cheers, everybody. Tony Asper. Ugh. One stream. What is Rob doing? Scruff one up eat. Oh no, I'm not going to eat it. One stream. Actually, shoe polish on a shoe brush could work well on that. Yeah, but then I gotta go find shoe polish. But I got lots of soap and old toothbrushes. I actually have Brasso somewhere, but I know that ain't like the more I'm tinging it, the more I'm thinking it ain't brass, so it ain't gonna polish. And Brasso's more for when you're getting like a polished kind of look anyway. I don't need that to be high polish. And this I'll probably do the same. I don't need this. This has got a little bit of dirt on it that could get scrubbed off. But that I'm just gonna do a basic cleanup on. It's got a lot of dust on the inside in there. The outside still looks nice. But that'll just get a basic cleaning. Got a couple of, looks like someone turned the light off with peanut butter on their hands or something, but besides that, that's fine. All you would do is remove the paint. Yeah. Blockwatcher says might have pancakes in the morning. Well, why not, dude? Just because it's not like Thursday doesn't mean you can't have some goddamn pancakes. Like, you are the pancake man. Earn the fucking title, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, have pancakes. I already know I'm having eggs and 6 links of sausage. It'll be 3 eggs. Maybe 4. I guess we'll see how hungry I am. I do have to get up early. What's up, Akgalar? I do have to get up early tomorrow. Not because I want to, but so that I can hopefully get the fuck up on Monday. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, not get up on Monday, but get to sleep on Sunday night. Might finally drag my, my ass over to the range and get... hold on. Actually, so I might go to the range and get that thing in the bottom left-hand corner sighted in. Because I still haven't gotten that sighted in. I might do that in the morning, run up there to the local range, probably sign up for a membership. Cyberlights, I want pancakes. I'm allergic to any single ingredient. What do you mean? Like anything that makes pancakes you're allergic to? Is that what you're trying to say? Because that's kind of sucks. Naomi Wu is a booby trap, says Emer. Yeah, I'm sure you can absolutely get stuck in them things. Yes, you are allergic to all that. Good lord. That's fucking terrible. Like, yeah, that's a lot of allergies. Like, sorry to hear that. Like, that's really fucking terrible. Terrible. Most of these parts are silver with a translucent amber colored paint. Please don't use corrosive or abrasive cleaners. Yeah, I think that's why I'm going to go with soap instead of Colgate. Like, as we're talking about it, I'm like, maybe we'll just go with the soap first, at least. Let's see what it looks like. Because if like underneath that gray, it looks fine, then, you know, we'll just leave it at that. Like, who knows how often that part of the lamp got cleaned. So it may actually be pretty decent looking once 40 years of get off of it. Well, out of the cracks. Like, obviously the top's been cleaned, like the tops of the mountains. But yeah. Make an ultrasonic cleaning bath. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's always a possibility too. I've been looking to get one of those anyway. For cleaning certain things, pieces of certain things. But that was weird. Felt like somebody walked past me. All right, yeah, ultrasonic cleaning. Anyway. Well, no, but I made sure she had small feet so she could stand closer to the sink. Not sure what you're talking about, but it sounds like you were planning ahead, so that works. Is that a Naomi Wu thing? Peanut butter on their hands, a young scruff, perhaps? No, that wouldn't. I didn't really eat peanut butter. Actually, I didn't really start eating peanut butter until I got older, like into adulthood. I never really clicked with me. But now, like, there are times where I'll just grab the jar and just fucking eat it straight out of the jar. But yeah, and I think probably because when I was growing up, everything's working. All the peanut butter around was chunky peanut butter, and I'm not a real big fan of chunky peanut butter. I really like fucking smooth peanut butter. Well, that's about it. Oh, the dishwasher had small feet. Well, yeah, like I'm saying, it sounds like you're planning ahead. That's good. That's good. Less mess on the floor. A booby trap? It's a booby trap. It is tomorrow already, says Emir. Yes, that will definitely happen depending on where you are. Why don't I hear any music anymore? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, that's why this song does start quite quietly. That's why I'm single, says the bellman. Yeah, well, it's probably better off anyway. No complaints here right now, that's for sure. Because this show wouldn't exist if I weren't single. That is for sure. We need a mod. Why do you need a mod? Am I missing something? Oh, all right. So what are we having for dinner there, folks? Or I guess at this... Oh, or ads and shit. No, that you apparently you need a fucking ad blocker. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Sorry, I don't know. I don't see ads. I pay for YouTube and Twitch and everything else. I have fucking Pi-hole and Unbound DNS to take care of the rest of it while I'm home. So I don't see many ads. Sometimes on my phone if I'm somewhere that like the fucking VPN isn't working right. That's about it. Oh yeah, I gotta update my support streamers thing. I gotta put Hawkness in there. Take Firejohn out because it doesn't really seem like Firejohn's doing much streaming anymore. Zap Sparky says, I see no ads in chat and no sex bots either. We've had, what have we had? I think we've had 4 sex bots in the career of this channel. Like, that's a proud moment for as far as I'm concerned, for the content creators. That should be a proud moment because that means you're on some front pages. Because, like, sex bots don't just hunt out the tiny streamers. Like, they hit whatever's on the front page. You know what I mean? I don't mind. I think they come in. I think it's funny. Like, my mods usually fucking kill them before they can get too crazy. But, you know, like, I think it's funny sometimes. I have one on Twitch blocked because it was always the same fucking, was it Stream Boo? That I have that sex bot blocked, but that's about it. The ones on YouTube are usually just fucking dumb. Like, horribly fucking just like, come on, man. Like, we fucking know. You know what I mean? But, nah, every once in a while. About once a year, actually. About once a year, it would actually work out. Once or twice a year. We'll get one pop in, and it's just like fucking cheers all around when that happens. Made it if you have, yeah, like that's it. Yeah, like in the music industry, artists have said they know they've made it when Weird Al made a parody of them. If you get a sex bot in your chat, that means like you're doing good somewhere. Can anyone see the Stream Elements chats with all this? Yeah, that's broadcast on both YouTube and Twitch. That way you guys can kind of talk back and forth if you want to. Like, I know some streamers still have a relay bots that will like over, you know, over on YouTube, it'll be from blah, blah, blah on watching the Twitch stream. Yeah, I said this. And that's like, I just get a little a little much. They just make so much extra chat noise, I guess. You know what I mean? Sorry. Everything's backwards. This just makes it easier. Everyone just look at that and you can figure it out. Or you do what some of these guys and gals and everybody do, and they have, some of y'all I know have 2 windows open. Because some of you like to talk on YouTube, but listen to the Twitch, because Twitch has the music. Spookswood, what's up? Hey, all back home now with real sound. Well, there you go. Oh yeah, and you're on the music side, so you're good. You're good. Listen. Rob and M are getting married. Which Rob and who? What are... Never in the same... Are you marrying your boobs, Rob? Is Rob marrying boobies? Oh, can anyone see... Oh, where it says stream element? Yeah, that's one of the bots that runs the channel. Yeah, that's my, like, night bot kind of thing. Yeah, that's my channel helper. That's common. And yeah, it talks on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But it also recognizes different commands. Well, it can recognize different commands on YouTube and Twitch, as it's actually 2 separate bots. Like on Twitch, it's Stream Elements. On YouTube, it's Stream Elements, but it's actually 2 separate bots. 2 separate instances of Stream Elements. You program them each separately. But yeah, everybody can see those. Yeah. And it also helps detect... Oh, ad break started on Twitch. But it also helps detect triggers to do all this stuff. Like the stuff that pops up. Oh yeah. No, you should... Alright, just to give you an idea, this window, this view or scene as it is in OBS, sources, everything on here is a different source. Like, that's a source. That's actually 2 sources. That's a source. These are source. Just so the sound can be a source. Just so you understand. This main window, fuck's sake, has... I would just read them off. It scrolls. And it's a tall boy. All right, anyway. We have Discord audio, in case I'm streaming with someone on Discord. We have Twitch stream elements. So any overlay involving Twitch that Stream Elements handles. Sound alerts, which does the like the helium voice thing and the glasses thing. Spotify Amuse, which is that. Music out, what you're hearing, because that's separate volume from what I'm hearing. Ninja drawings, so Ninja Chat, there's some drawing feature thing that if I want to turn on, I don't think I've used that yet. That's there, that's an overlay. Ninja Poll was an overlay for when I do polls up here. Twitch overlays, the native overlays direct from Twitch that feeds me. Then there's the second, actually, then there's you, like y'all, Ninja Chat, you know, the thing that's over here. Then there's Ninja Feature. That's when I do that. When I click that. Then there's Combine Chat, which is the backup chat combiner thing here. Then there's all the logos and that are here, that are right there. There's one thing that when you drop it down, it's another 7 pieces just to build that fucking thing. So where are we at? 12? There's the time. There's the logo, the dog logo that's under chat. That's 14. Then there's the main stream elements for YouTube. Then there's the camera. So there's 16 active overlays and sound channels combined and everything sources just to make up this one. Most of them have 12 to 15 because of all the different like donation overlays, subscriber overlays, you know, big chat stuff. Can you make a backup of all that? I actually have no idea how to back up OBS stuff. The last time I tried it, I reset everything in OBS. and I did it an hour before a show and went, holy fuck. So I've never tried to back up anything in OBS again. I literally just take pictures of everything so I know what everything is visually with pictures. What's the CPU running at? 8.6% according to OBS. Like, it's fine. That's my that's an i7 10700K running at 5.4 gigahertz on all four core. Well, or all four on all cores except for one that's running at 5.1 gigahertz because it runs really fucking hot. Spooky with 16. What the fuck? I use OBS and live shows as. Oh, I used to know what the fuck that meant. What you say is what you get. Is that what that is? I think. Go to File, Show Settings folder, Show Profile folder, and back up the contents. Pencil. Where the fuck is that? All right, I'm gonna write this down. File. Go to Show Settings. Then Show Profile folder. Back up contents. All right. I think the last time I did that, I ended up creating a new profile and overwriting my old one or something. Let's see. Let's do that right now. Let's hear it. File. Show Settings folder. And show profile. Oh, so that just opens the folders. Oh, and that just copy that whole fucking thing? Yeah, okay, I can do that. Oh, and then I guess if when I need to back up, just manually copy everything over while OBS is shut down, and it should just be backed up to that point. All right, I can do that. Thank you. With all that stuff it has to do, blimey, seems way low. Well, it's most of it's just I mean, like 8 of those are just browser overlays. So they're very weak instances of Chromium. I believe OBS uses Chromium for the base browser. Actually, and then let's see, like one of them's the music. It's just a separate audio channel. Oh, and also on this one, I have microphone. For the volume sliders, it's microphone, desktop, which is just general notifications and, the mix of everything. So that's always muted. So we got microphone, desktop, gaming rig, music for me, music out for you, Discord audio, the lapel mics, sound alerts, stream elements, Twitch overlay, and Twitch stream elements. So there's 11 audio sliders for this as well. 16 sources, 11 audio sliders for this scene. It's taken a while to put all this shit on here. That's why I just start taking pictures just to make fucking sure. You look like you're playing a cinema organ with 8 keyboards. Just the 2. 2 keyboards, a Stream Deck XL, and my mixer, and my Logitech fucking audio control panel thing. But yeah, I'm right. Well, oh, what you see is what you get. Gotcha. Okay. Live show, I use OBS and live shows is what you see is what you get. Okay, gotcha. No, it's just a lot there. But you know what? We have a good time with it. I had fun setting it up, and it gave me something to learn. So I learned stuff. Anytime I learn something and it's like everything goes well, then fucking job well done, and fuck it. Just pissed off Brits giving fingers. Like fingers? Do you want all of them instead? Intel CPUs have always been good at hardware video encoding. Oh, fuck yeah. Their video encoders they're stout. On the media server downstairs, I have, different, I forget which one do I have set. You can set up MB to use different, GPUs for different types of, encoding formats. I forget which one. There's a couple of them I have set to the Intel video encoder, and a couple, and most of them I have set to the 3060 12 gig I have down there. But yeah, even the Intel ones, like, even if I didn't have that video card in there, just using the stock Intel one would be fucking perfect, just fine. Like, they can handle that shit. Yeah, that one, that 1440, or that i5 14400 in there, I have streamed outbound. It was 4K streams at 60 megs a second each to 4 different devices. And then I had 280 streams and 720 streams going to other devices. Like, I went and literally turned everything I could find on. I pulled out old work tablets and was streaming to them. Half of them were through the internet and half of them were through the local, and the video encoder didn't miss a fucking beat. And that was the Intel one. So, yeah. No problems there for video streaming hardware. Like, if you're just doing a little, like, Netflix, or as we sometimes call it, Scrufflix, just a nice Intel chip is all you need, even if you're sharing it with people, kind of thing. See you later, Chris. Appreciate you doing your thing, hanging with us. Reese's Chip Peanut Butter Cookie. Reese's Chip Peanut Butter Cookies. Reese's Chip? Okay. Of all those fingers, good job you're not a traffic cop. Yeah. I don't. That way you can point at everybody all at once. Phasma says OBS uses Chromium embedded framework. Yes, okay, that's what I thought it did. I thought it did. I thought I've read in the logs of updates to like Chromium's base in there. What's up, Dave Aruski? Dave Aruski, what's up, buddy? Actually, that icon goes really well with this music right now. Like, it's almost timed perfectly to the fucking music. That's it. Cheers. There you are. That's fucking great.
I'm Pickle Rick!
All right, anyway. Chromium, Google is about to ditch that. I wonder what they will do. Oh, yeah. Everything they have is built off of Chromium. I don't know that they'd be able to completely ditch that without completely hitting the reset button. Holy moly. Rob, it's line out because I'm using a digital... Wait a minute. Zip. Do you have several mics placed around the piano? Okay. No, it's line out because I'm using a digital piano into a laptop where I have configured my own software piano. Then it goes into my PC, then over to his neighbor's house, and then upstairs to the dog kennel, and then down through the Thames River, back up past Big Ben, and then back through and into his speakers. That's pretty much the circuit he has routed for. I mean, I know that's how it was. I did hear he recently made some changes, so maybe we're skipping Big Ben at this point. Oh, now you're going via Antarctica. Okay, well, I mean, it's cold down there. It might maybe help with a cleaner signal. I mean, at least know the equipment's not going to overheat. Shit. I mean, that's a fucking plus right there. Right, that's what Killer Mike needs. Killer Mike needs his cable company to put all their shit in Antarctica, because every fucking summer his internet goes to shit because everything fucking overheats. Can we get that going? Can we get a slice of Antarctica sliding over into Ohio? Hey, Blackwatcher, if it got that cold year round, just more reasons to eat pancakes. Especially, you get one of them Snuggie blanket things, which I have considered getting one of them fucking Snuggie blanket fucking hoodie things, because they actually look pretty goddamn warm and comfortable. I don't know. Like, does anybody have one of them? Like the hooded Snuggie blanket fucking super couch full length robe blanket hoodie thing? I don't know what the fuck they're called. I think they're called Snuggies, aren't they? No thanks, I'd like some more, says Josh. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while. Belmont says, I can't even play piano, but I get called a little pianist all the time. Ah, yes. Phasma says, I have a robe with a giant hood. It's really nice. I do too, but I use that primarily for like drying off after the shower. Mine used to have a certain temp around 3 p.m. My DSL went tits up. Oh, yeah, top of the hour there, C2S. Yeah, that's a couple streamers out there. When it starts getting hot out, their streams start taking a shit. Yeah, this one's still up and running. I forgot about that. I feel a Snuggie, one of them Snuggie blanket things. I feel like that's something that Queen Liz would have. She seems like she's got the right chill, fucking laid back, cool personality that would have something like that. I'll have to check with her next time. Don't they come with heating now? I have no idea. I've never actually like looked up one. I've just been thinking about it lately because it's getting cold as mother Frenchers out here. But then again, like I also have a million fucking blankets in the house, so I mean I could just keep using them. But the idea of taking my blanket with me doesn't sound like too much of a horrible idea either. Snuggie. I think they're called Snuggies. The hooded blanket things. Liz probably made her own blanket. That is true as well. She may have just made her own Snuggie kind of thing. Like I got one of them like super big oversized like hooded robes as well. But that's I mean I guess when it's new it's closer to it's closer to a blanket than a robe, but even then like terry cloth towel or whatever, like they're okay for insulation, but they're not the same as like a Snuggie kind of insulation, like fleecy insulation. Could probably recreate the sound if I went for it well under $1,000 from scratch. Y'all talking all kinds of technical stuff. My level is a Casio VL1. I bought in 1979 or 80 and it still works. Oh, there you go. Just get more cats. Well, yeah, that works too, especially the weekend I fucking jacked my shoulder up. Or, well, it jacked itself up, whatever the fuck it did. And I fell asleep. I woke up and all 4 cats were fucking stuck to me. Like Ronnie and the dude were asleep in the same room, like amazingly. But they were all like touching me somewhere. They just knew I felt like fucking shite. Well, we're coming up to about 10 minutes left in the show, folks. What am I having for dinner tonight? I haven't the slightest idea. I don't know, actually. I have no plans for dinner. I didn't order out this weekend because I know I have food I can make. I don't know, I may do another, I may do a meat salad. Maybe I'll do a meat salad. Because I have meat patty, I have cheeseburger, I have 1/3 pound hamburger patties. I can make one of those. I could fry that up with one of my chicken patties. Then I also have shaved like cheesesteak, like shaved steak for making cheesesteak, like that real thin stuff. I could throw some of that in there. I have barbecue buffalo turkey. Fuck, man, lunch meat turkey. Yeah, I can always do that and then just pour gravy over it and have that for dinner. I call that basically a meat salad. It works for me. That might be a pretty good dinner. I love throwing some weird shit together because what the fuck, it tastes good. I mean, we're talking beef, chicken, more beef, and turkey with brown beef gravy. Like, tell me where the fucking problem with that is. There isn't one. So that should be good. I think I'll do that. That don't take too long. James Randolph's out. Just saw that. See you later, buddy. Appreciate you swinging through. Might make fresh bagels this week, says Locke. Well, I mean, as long as you're still making the pancakes. Nice combo. Yeah, if I wanted to go for the supreme, I do have some like breaded shrimp, but I'd much rather eat them with cocktail sauce than gravy. I find gravy's better for the land animals than the swimmers. Most swimming animals go really well with cocktail sauce. I made marmalade today. I made marmalade yesterday in my game Vein. In that game, I made orange marmalade. I've never made marmalade. I've come close when I've made certain pie fillings. Like, I've gotten pretty close to what would probably be considered a marmalade before I threw it in the pie. But I've never actually made a marmalade. Sorry to think about that. I had pork and cider sausages with mash and gravy. Pork and cider sausages. And that sounds fucking good. Josh is having oven roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, and carrots. Are you enjoying any gravy with that, or are we just going to rock the savory chicken stuff and put some butter on the mashed potatoes and carrots? Because that would entail a lot of butter for me as well. Rob is talking about playing with his organ. Let's see, that would be a fun project. I'm thinking about adding an organs pedal board to my piano so I can play bass with my feet. All right, so Rob's getting into foot fetish stuff. That's cool. That's cool. C2S, add 1 broccoli florette to make it healthy. Then I'd have to go find broccoli florets, and that sounds like leaving the house, and that sounds like a poor idea. Alexa, what's the temperature in Celsius?
It's currently -1 degrees with a high of 3 and low of 0. There's a 65% chance of some snow later tonight.
It's -1 Celsius, which means it's about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, it's much easier for me to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit than Fahrenheit to Celsius. So it's cold as fuck outside. So I'm not really interested in the broccoli part of that. Now, I may have a can of string beans or corn in the, actually, I think I got some potato. I think, oh, you know what? Ooh, I may have some diced new potatoes in the, in there. I could always add those in, fry those up, then fry the meat up, and then I'd have meat and potato. Then I'd have meat, potatoes, and gravy. Merca, man. That's very Merca right there. Meat, potatoes, and gravy as a meal. Shit. Pretty sure I got some diced new potatoes in there. I could fry those up for a little while before I dump the meat in. Because those I like to fry up for about 15 minutes. Get a pretty good crisp on them without burning them. I kind of slow cook them a little bit. Big Clive would be melting if he was here. How hot is it where you are? Let's see, in the house, I keep right now the thermostat's at 67. Sometimes it's at 66, but it's getting so cold out, I actually turned it up a little bit. Any onions? I ran out of onions, or I would fry them up with it as well for fucking sure, but I just ran out of onions. How warm is it here? What's in this room? Well, that's right. This Alexa has a temperature. Alexa, what's the temperature in this room?
The office is sitting at 72.
It's 72 degrees in the office because I haven't been gaming a lot today. Normally, I've had it up to 83 in here. The house will be...
So your gaming rig doubles as space. That's some premium multitasking right there. Entertainment and climate control in one.
The Amazon device thought I was talking to them, so they replied. Anyway. But, I mean, yes, I don't know if you heard what she said, but yes, my gaming rig doubles as a fucking house heater, because when I'm gaming, the furnace doesn't turn on for hours once I'm gaming, since this room is the main return. Big Clive likes cold. Oh, yeah. He likes chili. So, put an accordion on the piano stool, stand up and sit down and play that to a one-man orchestra. What's up, 6F6G? Rob, can you work that out? I mean, you're kind of a skinny guy, so you'd probably be able to bounce around. You'd probably be a pretty good weight. Actually, you put like a small little buffer, a couple little buffer springs in there, little extra bounce springs to help kind of bounce you up and down. But you'd have to do the two-handed keyboard thing now, because accordion, yeah, that keyboard and then the regular keyboard. Can you work that out and send in the video, please? By like Monday, if you could. Tie some cymbals to your butt. There you go. Clap the singles too. I think you can work this out. You might get some bum notes from that. Oh. Hold on. Big Clive needs to be given a keep refrigerated t-shirt. Yeah, that's about right. Without the mic, it's a bit cold at the moment. 8 Celsius. About 46 Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's about 46 Fahrenheit. Absolutely, good sir. That is a little chilly out there. Now, outside it's cold. Inside it'll be 67 throughout the house. Upstairs will probably be 64, 65. Downstairs will be about 67. In here it'll warm up a little bit more because I will be gaming later a little bit. But yeah, no, it's going to get down into the teens. Yeah, I think it's going to hit single digits at least one night this week. So it's going to be cold as fuck outside. And of course, that'll be the day I'm sure that I'll have to be doing some outside work shit. Actually, that'll be Wednesday or Thursday. What is the weather Wednesday or Thursday? Because that's when I got to go fucking take apart the front end of a 360. I got to take the planetary off the differential because somebody got a little overzealous with their fucking impact gun and broke off 2 studs off of a forklift that's rated for 36,000 fucking pounds. Actually, that's going to be one of the nicer days, is Wednesday and Thursday. Good. Next, oh god damn, next weekend, low of 11 Fahrenheit, high of 24. Next Monday, low of 13, high of 21. Love it. All right. Well then. Do believe the expression colder than a witch's titty kind of applies here. All right. Top of the hour 2, everybody. Cheers. Appreciate you hanging out. We're going to be wrapping it up here very soon, I think. But appreciate everybody hanging out for the evening. How do you break the studs on a damn 360? Probably because they had the 1-inch driver out. I'm guessing they had the big chunky. Because I got Phil, old, Phil, angry, he was basically built. Phil has been a creation of anger, coffee, cannabis, and a wrench. Like he's the angry mechanic, but he's cool as fuck, that kind of thing. But he gave me a fucking M60 machine gun style fucking 1-inch impact. He was like, rage and caffeine Phil, he gave me one of his old ones. He's like, you need this? It might need a rebuild. I'm like, and it's like a fucking $1,200 piece. He's just like, here you go. I mean, I get it. He doesn't use it. Knew I needed one, but yeah, I'm guessing they were running that and they just weren't paying attention. Somebody was probably in a hurry and just fucking zip snap. Probably got threads on sideways. Kablam. I mean, yeah, never mind. Anyway. Bam. Yeah, and then they were telling me, well, you may have to drill them out. I'm like, I better not have to drill them out, because what the fuck did they do that I can't hammer them back out if I got to drill them out? But I did also find out after working at said company for almost 20 years that they actually have a shitload of drill bits that you can just go grab some fucking drill bits and brand new and just, they're actually pretty good. So I went and grabbed a bunch of them in case I have to drill it out. Who knows? 1-inch rattle gun. Yeah, that's definitely, it'll definitely rattle some shit. It's an Ingersoll Rand 1-inch fucking two-handed, fucking impact. It gets work done. I think it's only good for maybe like 1,800 foot-pounds. Like not super holy shit or anything. I think it's 1,800. I'd have to look it up again. But it's also old, so I'm sure it's a little low on pressure. I know the rebuild kit for it's about $150 last time I checked. A Cobalt drill bit. I don't think they're Cobalt. Like they may be Cobalt, like not the brands, but like the coating. I believe they are. They might be those, but either way, like they should be fine. It's better than burning through like $50 in drill bits that I'd have to pick up. Like I told my boss, I'm like, look, man, I'm not gonna go in there and go through all my fucking drill bits and lose money doing a job. He's like, yeah, no, let's go get the bits out of the cabinet. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, the ones you've had forever. And I'm like, what? Yeah, they just kind of been there. All Scruff and friends need is some maple syrup. I don't really do maple syrup. I'm not a big, like most of my pancakes, I just put a shitload of butter on and go with it. Of course, most of the time I'm eating a pancake, it's a pancake I've made, which means it's a double dark chocolate chip pancake, which is you take the Krusty's sweet creamery holy shit fucking pancake mix, which the lock watcher got me turned on to. Get that all mixed up. You put in 2 tablespoons. After you make about 2 cups of powder or so. So, like a third of the box, whatever. Put that in there. Put like 2 tablespoons of Hershey Special Dark Chocolate. Mix it all up. Get it good to go. Then you add a shitload of dark chocolate chips, preferably 85%. If you can get it. 92 is fine as well, depending on your day. Mix that all up. Cook them up. Slather that shit with fucking butter. Fold them in half like a fucking omelet and just eat them like a pancake and butter taco. Ads perfect scrub if you're overtime. Yeah, the ads are going. Yeah, I'm definitely waiting for the ads to be over. Phasma, coating drill material, correct setup. Drilling is a rough operation anyway, so shouldn't expect it to be perfect or always identical. Oh yeah, no, not at all. But I think I'll actually bust out the corded Milwaukee for that one. Actually, I may get the two-handled DeWalt out for that, for drilling them, just so it's easier. Because anything is, if you use that DeWalt, you got to be careful, because if that fucking drill bit catches, it will fucking rip your wrists right off the end of your arms. Emir, are you hungry? Just sharpen a masonry bit on a stone and watch it fly through hard metals. Yeah, I've actually seen that, but I don't think you understand how hard the fucking wheel studs on a 360 are. Like, it's... I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't fucking spring steel they use for that shit. It is very, 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 very fucking hardened. All right, Sparks. You have yourself a good evening. Yeah, we're just about going to wind it on down here. The ads are over there. Hard or tough, there's way different things. Yeah, and I carry a couple smaller torches on my truck if I got to heat it up some to kind of help it out a little bit or whatever. But I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be able to hammer them out. I'm also going to take my corded Sawzall with me and some fresh torch blades in case like they just mushroom the fuck out of it. Then I can just cut them and poke them out the back. Or what the fuck ever. I don't know. So any problem with 360, like they're all slightly different. Every couple years, they change that planetary setup on how those fucking lugs are in there. And how to, like, access them. There's always just this little bit of a difference in different neurals and different ways they're captured. And it's like, fuck. Just pick one. Anyway. All right, folks. We are going to go ahead and call it a stream. And I'm going to go make some food. I guess, and then I'll go check on the server, make sure it hasn't crashed while we've been streaming. Because that would be unfortunate, because I fucking stepped away earlier today to go take care of a little bathroom issue for a little bit longer than I might normally have. And of course, that's exactly when the server had a fatal error right during Killer Mike's stream. And I forgot to take my phone with me because I didn't really have time to grab it. And yeah, that sucked. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on down that line. I will talk to everybody later. Never know when I'm going to do a vein stream or something. But either way, Wednesday we will most likely be working on the lamp, and the MREs I'll get them in soonish. I just got to check a couple things first. Just yada thing. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll see everybody later this week, and hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and appreciate you hanging out, everybody. Good times, good times. So, be groovy to each other, and I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.